There's so much, but I'm excited, and I think that leads right into my guest today. No stranger to the show. He's been here quite a few times, but we're really excited because he has a different title today. My guest today is Dr. Dave Jensen. Dave, thanks for being here again.
Thank you.
A little different though. We're not introducing you as your sports chiropractor, which your great reputation is, but really as an author. You've got a new book coming out called The Thrival Theory.
Yep.
Before we go any further, I've got to ask you, I don't know if I've looked up in the dictionary if thrival is actually in the dictionary. So thrival theory, give us a little.
It's certainly a blended word,
Okay.
you know, and I guess in the really the down skinny of it, you know, we talk about, you know, we're not put on the planet just to survive, and we're not put on the planet to thrive and overtake everything either. You know, it's like you don't want to overconsume on the planet, but it's really this nice happy medium of thrival, and it's that balance in between survival and thriving and just being in that nice happy center. And that's where we really work with that whole kind of aspect and really give people kind of the guideposts to how they can live their life, how they can actually manage the next 20-year cycle where we're going to be going through kind of a chaotic cycle.
Yeah, I mean, there is the cosmic chaos that's going on right now. You talk about 2012 and the change of the world. I'm going to put it that way because maybe the end of the world as we know it, but I think evolving into a new way of living.
Yep.
And it seems to me what the nature of the book is that you're talking about, because you cover quite a few different topics here. And I think one of the things just to start off with in the first chapter deals with the 2012 changeover. So
correct.
What's the nutshell? Because
Well,
we can hit some of the subtopics.
Yeah, so most people are popularized with the Mayan theory of the end of the Mayan calendar is December 21st, 2012, and we're coming right up on that aspect. And you know, some people theorize that that is the end of the world, and it could be some astrological aspect where that happens. But what I'm theorizing, what we're working with is, you know, it's really an astrological apex. So the energy has been ramping up for the last 7, 14, 28 years to this point. So it's certainly with New York, everything that just happened with the hurricanes and everything, you can see that Mother Earth, so to speak, is starting to rebel a little bit and really getting kind of angry about it. So it's really a changeover from where we have been and to where we're going. And just like any other time, but it's going to be that apex that's going to get very interesting. And this book is all about the guideposts of how you can actually navigate that chaotic world that's coming up.
Yeah, because I think that a lot of times, and obviously a lot of different directions we can go on this, but I think it's, you know, even as far as health as chiropractors we talk about, but to bring it all back, and you know, it goes back to the old hip bones connected to the universe.
Yep.
Because it's all tied in there together, and really what a lot of diseases, whether it be personal or on the planet, is a violation of universal laws, and it just didn't happen. You know, it's
sure.
an accumulation, and I think you can even apply that to these hurricanes. And it's unless we make certain changes going on, we're going to continue to see this cosmic chaos ramping up. Because you talk about some other things in here. I mean, you know, from oil and subsidies, we talk about water, GMOs. You know, you talk about GMOs. I mean, that all ties together with what's happening here. So a little bit more on this chapter as far as the 2012 changeover.
Well, I think, you know, we've really gone down a very uncertain path in the last 100-year cycle. You know, the industrial kind of world has really taken over, large corporations, and, you know, there's a lot of that is very forward momentum, but it's also been a major impact to our planet, to our own health. A lot of our conveniences that we think are so convenient actually have really messed with our lifestyle and made disease happen. And we talk about that, and, you know, our mentor, like, you know, DD or BJ Palmer's and those guys talked about dis-ease.
Right.
Like our body should function in an ease model, and that's chiropractic in a nutshell. And when you put the dis in front of that, dis-ease, that is really the problem. And it's really disease in our bodies, disease in our culture, disease on our planet. And I think, you know, the body and the world is going through that transformation, and there's a shakedown of sorts coming down. And, you know, and it's a lot of fear out there, and it doesn't need to be fear, but it needs to be recognition and forward